Thanks for joining us. Now, of course, it's the bank holiday weekend, so many people are lucky enough to be heading off for a short staycation.
But what should you pack? Well, stylist Laura Jordan joins us now with some options. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning.
Hi, Laura.
We've both admitted before that we're terrible at packing. And for a bank holiday weekend, you don't necessarily know what the weather's going to be like, you're trying to pack a lot in. So how should we do it and what should we be thinking?
I think the first thing to think about is what are you going to be doing while you're away? And we tend to not plan and therefore think I have all these lovely clothes, I want to bring them all because I need options. But actually, if we think about I'm going to go for 2 dinners, I'll go for 3-day activities and 1 exercise adventure, I need to think about these things and how they go into the suitcase. And I think that's the key starting point, and then you plan around that in terms of the separates that work to mix and match.
Because we're all guilty of overpacking, aren't we? And living in the same outfit for most of the weekend.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. We have all these great intentions, and then when it comes to it, we're relaxed and we're not really looking for putting those new pieces together. Like, oh, I'm on my holidays now, and we've got all these beautiful clothes that are crumpled in our case.
Yes.
That's very true. So we've got... Emma's out first.
So what we have today is a lovely casual piece. Now, everything we have this morning is from Thurles Shopping Centre. This here is from Bourne Clothing in the centre. And what we have, lemon just works so well in that pop. Particularly against Emma's complexion, and we've put it with some florals underneath it, so that's a lovely flowing top. So sometimes when we look at our particularly the jackets, we think, oh, I don't want something really tight underneath it. So it's lovely to have that flow, and it just goes down nicely onto the denims as well that we've matched with it, which is brilliant. And I think when we look at spring pieces, we want to know, okay, I can wear it with the jacket over it, but also I can go out for dinner and take the jacket off. Also, if you're away somewhere that's a warmer temperature, it will work for daytime too. So again, there's that little peplum on it as well, which is important to give it a little bit of flow. And the jeans we've popped with it, again, they're from Bourne Clothing. They're quite soft, which is important when you're buying jeans. And for jean shopping, typically get the smallest size you can fit into because they always stretch with wear. So if you're between 2 sizes, definitely go down 1. And then we've just little detail on the bottom there with the little zip at the ankle. And then the wedge we put with it is from Paul Byron Shoes. And that's a good everyday piece because it's more comfortable, gives you a little bit of height, and the ankle strap kind of keeps your foot anchored into place, which is important as well.
Yeah, the wedge doesn't seem that high. Emma's foot's still quite flat, which is good.
Yeah, I think when we run into trouble is when you have a platform wedge. So you have a platform at the base of the foot and a wedge, and it's just a lot to deal with in terms of height, and that's when you can kind of get a little bit unbalanced. And then we just popped a little bit of sparkle with it as well. So we just have a little neck piece there, just a really simple cubic zirconium and silver. That's from Kieran O'Flynn Jewellers, and we've popped the exactly the same within the hoop. So that's a good even option for a fun like graduation gift or something. This time of the year, we're all thinking about that for school leavers, etc. So it's just something to consider there too. And they'll work. They're those kind of classic bits that will work for every day, but we can put them into evening time.
It's such an easy, fresh look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I ask you your advice on the jeans? The comment you just made about pick the tightest pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know for everyone else, but I find it an absolute nightmare trying to find jeans that fit. So if I'm poured into jeans in a fitting room, I'm thinking they're too tight. I won't buy them. Whereas you're thinking, buy those because they stretch.
Yeah, once you can squat in them in the changing room, and it doesn't have to be pleasant, but once you can physically bend your knees in a pair of jeans, you're set. And they always move and stretch. They always do. And I know we're thinking you're going from, otherwise you're ending with belts and you're pulling things up, especially if you're lifting kids or like it's really tricky.
We'll all be squatting now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Squatting in fitting rooms all over the country.
Now moving on to Darren, who's breaking hearts everywhere today. It's his first day back with us since he came back from his honeymoon. So congratulations, Darren. And
congratulations.
Beautiful wedding photos we saw earlier on. It only took them about 14 and a half years to get married. So together since they were babies.
He's standing there going, I didn't sign up for this. Here to model
get a bit of a slagging. We're saying congrats to you anyway. And he looks very nice and fresh. In a shirt and nice blazer. Is this something that won't crease, or the lads will be wearing it all weekend?
It's something you can wear all weekend, as he said. Take the jacket off, put a fine in underneath it, put a t-shirt underneath it, wear the shirt by itself. And I think it's important if you're buying for trips away, we're all guilty of this, we buy for the trip instead of thinking that this all has to fit into our wardrobe when we get home. So this is a very wearable piece, particularly if whether you're heading away, whether you're staying in Ireland, it's going to fit in with kind of the environment and the occasion. Again, we put the oxblood shoes with that just as something a little bit different, because often we go with the tan leather with the navy, but I think it's nice just to change it up a small bit. And these guys again from Paul Byron Shoes and Thurles Shopping Centre. So it's it's kind of a good mix. And then we put the Born See with it, and then a little bit of detail there in the Seco that's available from Kieran O'Flynn. And again, good for like gifting at the end of the year, graduation or
Are they jeans or chinos?
They're chinos, yeah.
They're
yes,
chinos,
they've got
yeah.
a kind of
Really
navy.
nice.
And they're soft. Again, so important. If you, no more than the female denim, a good bit of softness makes something comfortable, and you're more likely to wear it then as a result. When you've got that.
And they're
beautiful
slim
fit.
leg, Laura.
Yes, yeah. Kind of straight
Okay.
slim, exactly. Not too tight, but they've got a fit, and that's important.
Okay.
So then we
Yeah,
have a
versatile.
dress option. Dresses are great because you can pack them very easily in the case, and you're kind of ready to go, and you're dressed in one fell swoop. I really like this one because the stripes are going in the right direction, which is kind of more slimming, and they flow, and it's not tight, which is not what you want when you're away. It's kind of airy. This is from On Paris, again in Thurles Shopping Centre. We have here with the neck piece on it as well from Kieran O'Flynn. Just really simple. The obi belt pulls it in as well nicely at the waist, but that's just a golden pearl. It's a freshwater pearl in the piece, so it's delicate, but it's again something that's good quality if you're looking that will last the test of time. And then the bracelet again to match as we go down through it, just to kind of add that pop of the. And I think pearl looks gorgeous when you've got a little bit of colour as well, or a bit of tan coming into the summer season, so it's a good kind of option with it. And then we have the shoes again. Nice rose gold colour, block heel, so if you're over kind of cobbles or you're walking over uneven surfaces, it's more practical than a stiletto. And then the rose gold mixes in with
They're
the
a
colour.
great match everything shoe, aren't
Exactly.
they?
I always say sometimes something that matches nothing but matches everything in shoes, rather than trying to pull a colour out of that dress. You're able to have that piece that would go with everything. Jeans, you know, any other options that you've brought with you for your trip, which I think is important.
Lovely, look. It's pity we're not going away for a bank holiday weekend, but plenty of lucky people are.
Yeah, exactly. We're not bitter.
Back later. Yeah.
Thanks, Laura.
See you later on.
See you then. Bye.
Now, still to come, the ever-bold comedian Joanne McNally will be stopping by to dish the dirt on her solo tour and her life in London.
And if you're entertaining this weekend, we've got the perfect wines to get you through the bank holiday, so stay with us.
Can't drink either.